This is Billy. Welcome to Billy Home and Creations. I have been painting today a little bit, and my neighbor Nancy, hi Nancy, when she was moving, she gave me a bunch of her little yard ornaments, and this little guy was in the garbage. I thought, oh no, it's too cute. But you can see through the years, it's, I guess, cement. It's eroded, it's broken, it's cracked. Well, the eyes got me. I'm a bird lover, and I thought, well, I'm going to paint this little cardinal no matter what. And then I decided we are going to turn this little fellow into some type of Christmas ornament. So I'm going to gather up my black paint, and I'm going to paint his little eyes and the rest of his bottom, and I'll set him aside. And when I find the right piece of something, I'll get back to this little guy and we'll make something really pretty. Okay? Thank you. I'll see you in a little while. Bye. All right, I'm ready to finish painting this little guy. Pardon the hands, pardon the nails. I got paint. I tried acetone. I need to have a good scrub and get these clean. Anyway, when I started painting this little fellow, like I said, it was in the trash, and I didn't dumpster dive. He just happened to be on the top of the trash, and I happened to see it. So, anyway, like I said, I've seen these before, and they're quite cute. They're chubby, but this one has seen better days, but we have a plan. I am going to cover him with resin and fill the cracks once he's painted. So I just have some Apple Barrel Flamenco Red here and some Apple Barrel Black. And the yellow I had was just a little bit of old yellow I had. And I guess I need to get a little brown paint here. I went ahead and took all my paint and put them in my drawer here on my desk, and they all fit. So the only drawback is if I want to paint outside or something, I'll have to gather my paints instead of, taking the whole tote out. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish the little bottom part of him with some red. And Annie, kitty cat, is sitting here beside me, and she's sitting right on my paintbrushes. Excuse me, Annie. I love you, girl. I'll just use this paintbrush. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and... She wants on my lap. You cannot be on my lap right now. My craft room here is pretty neat. Annie has a pillow by the window. And then I have a little basket with the cat toys in it. And Lily tends to lay in there when I'm working in here, so they do give me good quiet company, good company until they're in my way. I'm just going to dab some of the white places I missed here. Now, I said this was cement. I don't know. I don't know what they use to pour these things, but I just figured even though she's beat up, I'll say it's a she, we can surround her with some pretty things and no one would know. She was all broken up except for the cracks that you can see. Let me just get this bottom part done. And I cleaned them, scrub brush in a little warm water. Let them dry. She had some dark spots on her, but I'm not going to go in with the black. Like you can see where the wings have a little, looks like it was sprayed on with a, what are those called? Air, for goodness sakes. I've never used one. I have one, that was my dad's, but the little spray painter guns they have. Now I'm totally drawing a blank. I should probably, I'm going to go ahead and do a brown eye and then work my black around it. And this is Delta Cream Coat Brown Velvet. And I've had these paints for years and years. But let me see, I've got here's a little tapered brush. I like those with the little bevel to them. And we're just going to go in there and paint a brown circle, or a brown blotch for right now. Cover that up. A lot of these paints I got from my father's place when he passed, and brushes too. Dad was a great artist. That's all we need there. Now I'm going to get a finer brush and do a little black. Well, we're going to do a black outline and then a black center, and then we'll put the little speck of white inside. So, see how steady my hand is. Oops. That's runny. That's runny. Let me wipe that top off. I just love this room, sitting in here and doing my thing. I'm enjoying it very much. So, I'm just going to go side. Don't have a real fine brush. You could use markers too if you wanted. I'm sure that would work just fine. Now I want to make a nest of some kind. I'm contemplating using a small wreath if I have one, or possibly making a little bowl shape out of resin and turning that into a nest. I've not made a resin bowl yet. We could try it. That's one thing we could try. I need a little more brown or a little more red. And I've mentioned it before, when you paint, I was told by my dad's neighbor lady, Mrs. Swan, that she had a ceramics class. And when we used our paintbrushes, we dipped them in water with a little dish soap in it. And then, of course, she said when you are done with your brushes, go put some dish soap in your hand and really swirl those bristles around like that. Rinse it off, wash your hands, and your brushes will stay nice for a long time. Just get into this red area here. I missed. I think I've seen these little birds at Walmart before in their garden section. I wouldn't want to put him outside again, especially in the sunlight. And then you can always use spray polyurethane to protect your acrylic paints. But forewarning, if you use white paint and you use something and paint a, how do I say it? If you use a lot of white on one item or one project, and then you put spray or paint on polyurethane, it's going to yellow the white. Over time, that white will yellow. And that's a shame, really. So that's why I'm gonna brush some resin over this bird, get it in the cracks, and preserve it best I can. And actually, I think the cracks add some character, don't you? And I don't think I'm going to put nostrils or, you know, draw on the beak. I can't tell if it was chipped. I don't think it was. I think it was just made that way. Same with the back of the crest. I don't think that was broken. I think it was just made that way, but it doesn't matter. It works for me. It's still a cute little bird. Okay. Now, I don't have any of my dotting tools here for my speck of white in the pupils. So let me see what I have. I know what I can use. Here's a little, or just going to dip a little white. This is Apple Barrel White Gloss. Just get a little bit right there. We won't need but a tad. Okay. I had a micro brush here, but I had one without the tip. You just pull the tip off, I'm sure, of this one and use it. My desk is really cluttered already. Or here's a toothpick. We'll just use a toothpick. And let's see. Whenever you paint an eye, you need that little speck of white. That gives it life. And I don't know what that's called, actually. There's a word for it. Try to get it in the same position on both sides. So I think we're going to go right about here. There you go. A little speck of white for the little bird. He's ready for resin. And we'll make him a nice nest. Okay? Thanks for watching up to this point. I'll see you in a little bit. Have a great day. Bye. Hi everyone. I'm back with our little bird, our little cardinal, and it is a male cardinal because it's red. The females aren't red, but anyway, just to correct myself, I came into a coincidence, which I firmly believe coincidences are not coincidences. They're for a reason. So get this. I just realized that Claire's Crafty Corner is having a Christmas in July collaboration, and it's in 3 days. Well, it just so happened last week I went to a thrift store and I found this wreath, which was $1. I mean, it's a pretty little wreath, but I was going to take it apart to use the twigs. Ah, get that. And I had ordered this piece of foam. It's the wet foam that for floral arrangements. I ordered it from Temu, and I got the wrong size. I wanted something bigger, but this happens to be 5 inches, and it fits perfectly in this round resin mold. Ta-da! So, since I was going to resin my little bird, just to keep him, you know, safe, and keep the paint from chipping and from more cracking happening, I was gonna set him, or cover him with resin. I'm excited. Cover him with resin and then put resin in this bowl or this base while I was at it. Then I can set my floral in that. We're going to cut a hole in there and maybe make it a little thinner. And then the bird can sit in and I can try my hand at floral arrangements. So that's what I'm going to do. I couldn't believe it. It all worked out. So I might be able to get this to Claire in time. Let's hope so. I'm hoping. So let me unwrap this. I'm not a floral arranger, but I have watched Crafty Kathy. You might check out her channel. She's creative as far as trash to treasures and doing some beautiful little things. And I've watched her put floral arrangements together. So I'm thinking I'm going to take a ½ inch off of this. It measures almost 2 inches. So 1 inch would be a little too thin. I think I'll do approximately 1 1/4 inches for this little piece of foam. And to cut it, I have saved, just for my crafting purposes, a knife, which is an old bread knife, and this works great for styrofoam. So I've had this for a long time, and I'm gonna see if I can do this somewhat evenly. That looks like a good spot. And just cut this out, or cut it down. I'm going a little crooked, but I think that's okay. Whoop. Like I said, this is the kind you wet and then put your live florals in. But we're going to use it this way. So I should have grabbed a spoon, but I'm going to try to carve. I don't know that I need to, but I probably should. This kind of distorted a little bit, but I think I'm going to take a spoon and just cut a little pocket out of here so the little bird can sit down into it. I don't have a spoon on it. Oh, I do have something. Don't know what this is for. I've had it a while. So let's just try that. Make a little mark. Grab a pen. And we'll just try to center that. I'm eyeballing him. I'm just going to, I don't know if that'll mark. I'll just press hard around his body. No matter what I do, it won't be seen. I'll just kind of go from there. I'm going to make a mess. I'm just going to scoop this. Oh, look at that. Scoop this out. I think it's a melon peeler or something. But maybe if I can, well, let's just do this. Take some of that out. X marks the spot. Cut that out of there. Yay! So Claire's, I don't know when she's going to post the collaboration for Christmas in July, but we have to get our videos to her by July 1st. And actually, I didn't think I'd be able to come up with something for that, but I think I can do this in time. It's very kind of her. I mean, she has so many artists join, and she lists all the videos so everyone can watch, and you can see new artists, your favorite artists, and it's just amazing what talent our YouTube friends have. So let's see what this looks like. I'm in my craft room. I'll go to the resin room in a little bit. Might have to go get a spoon. But I just want him to sit down some. Let's see. I'm trying to visualize. The branches might stick out. Just press. Give us a form. That's where his rear end's going to be, about there. I hope this isn't real noisy for you. But I think I'm going to go get a spoon. I don't have one here handy, I don't think. So I'll be right back. Let's see if this works any better. I probably don't need a big spoon, but if I just do that. Okay, I think that will work. I don't want to go all the way through. I'm almost down to the bottom. Hold on, I'm scraping. Put his butt in that end. There we go. I think he's going to set just right, and I'll glue him in. But we'll get to the resin and that in just a moment. But let's check out this wreath and see how that's made, and possibly see how I can tear this apart. I'm just going to look at it, but I think actually I'm going to take it outside. I don't need this big of a mess. I don't know if they're just gathered in groups or wired in there, but this is a, oh, that's thick wire. I think that's wire that they tied, or it could be part of the wreath itself. I don't think so. I don't think my little chintzy wire cutters will cut that, but let's see. I might have to go outside and use a, well, maybe. He had some manpower. Being a weak thing. No, I'm going to go outside, but I think I'm going to grab some thin wire. Or wire. Maybe I can just pull some of these out. Let's go towards the top. I don't know. Probably have to get the flowers out first. So, I don't know if they're glued. But let me go and dismantle this and see what I can get out for branches, okay? I might save some of these little white flowers to put in there. So when that chore's done, I'll come right back and let you see what I have and how we'll go further, okay? Thanks. Okay, I've just mixed up 4 ounces of my Let's Resin resin. I did keep track of this mold and it holds 4 ounces. We're not going to need all of that. We're going to use a little bit to put on the bird. But before I do that, let's degas that resin. There's not many bubbles in that at all. I really find myself liking this list resin. So while that's setting, I'm going to take some Folk Art brown paint, and I'm going to just paint, wipe that off, paint the back of this foam. For one thing, it'll prevent the resin from sucking up into it, and I'm also going to color the resin brown. Oh, this, come on. There we go. Let's try it. I'm just going to take my brush. This will dry quickly, and I just want to seal it best I can. Let me go up the edges a little bit. I don't want to seal it too much because I want to be able to get my flowers in there. Just go up a little bit. And I'm not going to stick this into the resin until it's tacky. But I just don't want a part green and a part brown bottom. So that's my plan. Excuse me a minute. Are you leaving now? Okay. Thank you. See you in a while. Pardon me. Just checking in. Checking in. He's been very busy. Even with one hand in a cast, he's been working on our shed. Getting some shelves put up, although our neighbor Dennis was a big help this week, so I know he doesn't watch this, but thank you, Dennis. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I said that 3 times in a row. Goodness sakes. Just dab a little more in there. Oh, it's still watery. I'm gonna have to really shake that. I'm gonna call that good. I just grabbed this heart mold because since the clear resin is ready, I'm going to just put my little bird in there and let the resin drip. But let me spray a little mold release. I keep forgetting I have it, but let's use it. I'm just gonna put him in there to catch the drips. I have one of those plastic dollar store paint brushes, so it'll probably be ruined after using the resin, but that's okay. I'm just gonna paint over this little bird and protect it from cracking anymore. Try to get him in the cracks so he will be shiny. But I think my florals will be shiny too. And Christmas is all about shine. Geez, I could have put a little glitter on him to accent. I wonder what color glitter you would put on him. A little red or a little white? A little silver? I don't know. I think I'll just leave him alone. Just get him protected. Our resin's not going to drip too much. We'll just let it run down the sides. Okay, I'm going to go over him with my fingers. I just don't want to get a bunch in his eyes to where it, sets or puddles. So throw that brush away. Let me just make sure it's all in there. Smooth that out a little bit and we'll let it go. Gosh, I love to refurbish things that people throw away or might throw away. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. There, I think it's gonna be gorgeous. There he is, all shiny. See? All shiny and cute. I'm gonna get under there. I'm not gonna see that, but I missed a couple of spaces. Get right under there. I just want him to last. Just get under those places I missed. I didn't intend to get all resiny, but might as well. Might as well just do it. The bottom, don't have to worry about that. I'm going to hot glue him, or maybe E6000 him on the bottom of the foam. There. Okay, little bird. Set you aside as I keep going. There we are. Cute, cute, cute. Put you up there for now. Let me get some ibuprofen alcohol. Wipe these gloves off a little bit. Oh, that's a good glove. Oh, another hold. You can use them more than once. I use them quite a bit until they start tearing. All right, Now, I'm going to take one of these mixing cups I use because I'm not sure that I'll fill this. I know I don't want to fill that up, but I am going to, let's use a plastic cup so I can just dispose of it. Bottom's weird. There we go. I'm gonna, I don't know, what did I have left? I should have measured, eh? Oh well. Let's go with that. I do have another project I can fill up if I take a look at it. That might be close to finishing it. Let me double check myself. We'll see. All right. I've got some Dr. Phil Martin's Bombay Brown India ink, and I'm just going to tint this resin. Doesn't take much, and you know you don't want to go over 10 times 10% of the ratio, or else you're going to lose the setting up quality of your resin, and you don't want that to happen. So let's just get a little brown. This ink's translucent, but once it sets up, you know, and merges itself together, it'll color up deeper. But maybe I will put another drop, or just throw that away. Goodness sakes, I have another option. Okay, I ordered these resin colorants from Temu, and I think there's like 24 or 26 in a set. Let's find a brown. Might as well give that a, there's coffee. Oh, there it is. That's brown. All right. Coffee. And I couldn't tell you the maker of this. Hey, here it is. It's brown and it's gonna work. Alright, let me put a little mold release in here. Got flecks already. And I'll feel this, maybe. See, the paint didn't dissolve. It's okay, it's got little flecks. I think that'll be perfect, because it will rise once we get the foam in there. So that brings us to the end of this little segment. I am going to turn on my resin heating mat. And that's obvious, my table is not level. I'm on my leveling board. So I will see you when I've got the foam in the resin and the little bird is dry, and then we'll try Billy's hand at flower arranging. We'll see what happens there. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in a little while. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm ready to go and try to do my little floral arrangement, which I'm not a pro at by any means. I just go guessing by golly and what I think looks decent to the eye. Anyway, I've gathered up a few items. I've got some pliers, an owl, my scissors. I've got, I'll move that over. I've got some floral tape, some floral wire. I had this box of small Christmas decorations. Did I just show you that? Huh, I don't know. I may have. These are little candle holders that I think I might use. And just a little bit of glittery floral, what do you call these? Pokes, little floral things. Anyway, our little bird is dry. And she's all glossy and ready to be placed in her little home. I'll just put this mold aside and clean it up. The foam has been set nicely in this resin tray, which is going to be our base, and that turned out nice. It's just brown and I can't see the green through there, so I'm happy with that. It's very smooth, so I don't think I will have to worry about any cork back, but I might put some bumpers on there. So anyway, my glue gun is heating up, and I guess the first thing I need to do, or what I want to do, is I want to be able to use these, but of course our bird won't fit in it. So I'm going to cut this into thirds and see if we can't use this around the edge. So I've got the little apple and the little acorn. We'll just do thirds right here. Let's see, I'm thinking I might need another one. So I do have two, and we can stick some branches in to fill. That'd be 3. So I imagine to even this out, I would need one more. So let's take this other piece and cut one more out of it. I picked this one because the red of the apple is pretty closely matched to the little bird itself. So we'll try that. Cut right here. I have an abundance, pardon me, of twigs, and I'm not going to need those. I'm just going to need a few, apparently. But that's an even number. I would rather go an odd number, but for the time being, I'm thinking about setting it up like that. And we'll have the sticks or branches coming out, or I could put these on the side with branches coming out on top and bottom, which might be a better option. I'm not quite sure, but let's go ahead and see if I can. Glue gun is hot. If we can just put the little bird in there. Maybe we should use E6000. Let's do that, just to be on the safe side. I've got a big tube right here, and we'll just grab a pop stick and smear that on the bottom of the little bird. Let's do it that way. This gets a little film on top because my lid has a crack in it, but I can easily enough just peel that out. Let's take an X-Acto and get that rubbery part out of there. And we should be good to go. Just going to put a little on her bottom. Seal that up. I was going to show something to Sam I Am, by the way. If you're watching, Sam, during your videos, I know you had trouble with your E6000 and rolling it up, or it was all distorted. Let me show you what I do. I take some needle nose pliers and I just flatten this area here at the bottom and just roll it up and keep going. And that way you don't waste your glue and it comes out really nice if you just keep flattening that area and winding up your end. Just a little suggestion. You might want to watch Sam I Am's videos. She's got a channel and she's quite funny, and she does a lot of different experiments with color in resin. So I think that's a good amount there. I'll just get this little bird in there. And that's where I punched her tail in. And I think she's pretty much in the center. Looking very good. Okay. Now, I'm going to gather up a few twigs and see if I can't just wire the ends together. We're not going to need the whole length of these, but I thought if I could like cut a few down, get it somewhat full, but not too full, because we don't want a big old hole in our foam. So I'm just going to grab a little wire and quickly wrap this end, and I'm going to trim it down. So let's just wrap that a little bit. And remember, this is all things I've had on hand. I didn't go out. The only thing I bought was that wreath, and I think it was $1. So, can't beat that. That was a pretty good bargain. I'm going to put maybe a little tape on there to secure it. This one's about gone. Let's use it up. And whoop, stretch and pull. Just want it nice and secure. Okay, and then I will trim maybe a little bit of this off. Whoop, they're flying everywhere. Oh, come on here, this one. What would we do without pliers? Okay, so if I stick that in pretty far, I'm just gonna take a few of these tips off, and we'll we can even those out later. Just cut it down a little bit so it's not so obnoxious and in the way. Okay, so I'm going to do a test run on this and see how it looks. So I did grab an awl just to make a hole. Let's start in the back in case I mess it up. Just to start a little hole in that foam. Get the glue. Maybe I'll just stick it in the hole. Try that. Get a bunch of glue in the hole. I might have went lower. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I can go all the way to the tape. Yeah. Should have went slanted, maybe. But we'll cut it down, because I don't want it to stick out too much. You know. maybe just out an inch past the flower. We'll see. This is all guessing by golly. So I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to wrap a few more twigs so we can get them stuck in here. I'll be right back. Well, goodness, I think I paused you forever. It felt like it. I'm ready to put the last branch into our little nest. What I did discover is I got better at grouping the fuller branches as I went along. It dawned on me what the difference was between this grouping and in the back, because the backs are rather straight. And these are a little fuller. I'm thinking I might have to fill in some more places, but let me get the glue into this very last hole, and we will see where I am. And I've got to trim or break off some of these extra large ones, so I'm just going to try, oh, that one's got glue on it. I'm going to try and even these out. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a ruler and go about 4 inches, and I'm just going to break or snip. I guess I could just snip and kind of get it cohesive. I think I have my entire floor and counter. And, nope, I said 4, didn't I? Anyway, I've got these sprigs everywhere. They are everywhere. On my floor, on my shelves. See, that one's just a straight one. Kind of eyeballed, I suppose. And I've got a gap at the bottom underneath these twigs, so I'm thinking maybe I should put some Spanish moss or possibly find some imitation or faux pine leaves and pop them in there. But for now, I still want stragglers, but I don't want them all over, sticking out too far. And this bugger is heavy, actually. Yeah, I'm going to lift you up a little bit. Hold on, manual power. Manual labor. Pardon the shaking. Oh, there we go. See a little better as to what I'm trying to do. Just go around and maybe trim these bigger ones down. Not that it would matter to a bird, but just kind of get them cut down somewhat. So let me go around and do this. See, these aren't as full, and I'm cutting all the full stuff off. And making one heck of a mess. But if you're not messy, I don't know how a crafter cannot be messy when they get into it. I think that'll look all right, don't you? Oh, I'm going 3. Whoops. Watch the ruler, Billy. See where you're supposed to go. Goodness sakes. As I was doing this, I just finished watching all of Tiger Moth Resin's videos. I think she has almost 100 or something like that. Her name is Sandra, and I've thoroughly enjoyed watching her work with resin. So Sandra, hello. This is my shout out to you. I will put her channel in my description. She's a fairly new artist on YouTube, and I think supporting each other is quite important. I've got a lot of support from Miss Wanda at Wanda's Blessed Creations. That lady has helped me immensely. There's so many others too. But I have a list in my description box of new artists starting their channels. And it would be great if you could just give them a look and see what they're doing and possibly subscribe. And if you're watching me and you're liking what I'm doing, I would love it if you subscribed and became a member of my YouTube family. So thank you for that. I'm dedicated to all of you. I'm a little behind, but you've made my life very fulfilling. That's all I can say. I'm very grateful for you. I'm sort of making it almost all the way around. Get this one off. Like I say, I'll be tracking twigs through the house. If I don't sweep real soon. Come on, you. Oh, now I'm really liking it. A little nip here, a little nip there. Am I almost done? I think I'm almost done. A few of these underneath out. I have some, how do you say that, sphagnum moss outside. Don't know how that would work to fill in the bottom area. Not quite sure. I kind of didn't get this one very well. I think that's it. Can't remember where I started. Not quite. Push you off of here. I think I started about there. Down there. Back around to the front. There we go. That's good. Now, I don't really want to add more sprigs in there. And if we look at one of these, let's see, we can place one. If we go around like that. Oh, I got apple to apple. Flip it. Just like so. Let me go find a few pine. You know, these little sprigs. I'm sure I have some. Oh, I didn't cut that one. Where's the one I cut? Did I throw them on the floor? Maybe I didn't. Just forgot to cut that one. Okay. Go around like this. We can fill in. Oh my goodness, I love it. I will go see what I can find. Then we can start to glue these down. Also, we can stick, how many of these do I have? I only have 2. I guess we could separate it. There's 5 on there. Glitter's off some of it, but I guess that doesn't matter. Sure, I could just glue those right in, no problem. But let me pause you again, and I'm going to get some pine leaves. And then I just saw my husband showed up with lunch, so I will see you in a little while. I'm going to eat. Bye. Well, I am back, and I was lucky enough to go in the garage, and I remembered I had this pine swag. So look at that. I cut some pieces off of there. We have our branches. Before I stick them in, though, I'd like to put some bumpers on there because it's getting pretty heavy, and I don't want to have to flip it over to do so. So I did get a variety pack from Amazon. So there's all shapes and sizes in here. So I think I'm going to go with these larger round ones. And we'll use those up. So let me flip this little bird over. Better get these out first because... Oh, and I cleaned up my mess. I swept up my floor. Whoop. Got my mess cleaned up. And we're ready to finish this little girl off. Boy off. And you know, it just dawned on me. I think we have enough twigs because with the pine branches, that's going to be so Christmassy. It's going to be like a nest in the pine tree. That worked out awesome, I think. I'm going to remove these little pieces for now. So we know that'll work out nice. Got my heat gun. I just turned it on, so here we go. Let's just flip this over. And I'm going to just eyeball. Do one across from each other. Oh, I normally glue these. They have a sticky bottom. I normally glue them. See, they pop off. But let's just hope that sticks without falling off. I'll go in between the two, equal them out, and that will be good to go. Yay! All right, now, let's see. Got my glasses, my belly's full. I have to keep going or else I'm gonna fall asleep. Don't want to take a nap. All right, just to see. That could fill in nicely, and if I go close to the bottom, that will hide a lot of that. So we won't need to put moss around the edges, I don't think. So let's see how well I can do this. I'm just gonna, let me scoot my glue gun over here. You ready? Yes, it's ready. I'm just gonna, whoops. There, that looks pretty good, if I must say so. Had a few I had to trim. Now, let's double check this again. I don't foresee having to put any more. I thought about putting a little more pine on the top here, but I don't think we'll have to. I think this will fill it in pretty well. But I would like to stick some of these in. So let's cut a few of these. I don't know that I have to glue them. Let's just cut some off here. Now we can get, pardon me, our little pretties on here. Make sure I don't need to trim something off so it's in the way. Trim a little bit of plastic off of here. Oh, come on. I must have wire in it. No, it doesn't. These are just getting dull. A little pair. Okay. Put you. Make sure nothing's loose. Doesn't seem to be. Move my tools or I'll get glue all over them. Let's just do this. Right in the crease. And hope you stay. Go right in front of you. Ah, yes, 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 yes. That's going to work. That's going to work lovely. So I'm just going to cut this extra plastic off. Love it, but we're lacking something. We are lacking something. Oh. Can you see how pretty that is? Really, let me lift her up. There's her backside. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful little arrangement, if I do say so, because I'm not a florist by any means. But something is missing towards out here. Oh, shall we put some of this? That might be the ticket. Let's use some of this up. I think that's all I have of this. I'm just going to put it in a few places. Oh, that pops right off. No, it doesn't. Get that off. There's only a few. Little ones. Maybe I should just leave that one sprig. Gosh, I wish I had more of these. I don't know what else I could use to fill in. Unless we cut these, but those are just blah. Gosh, I don't know what I have. I don't use that. Oh, here we are. Should we add a little bit of this and a little bit of that? Okay. Why not? I'm not opposed. We even, ooh, have some pretty colored. There's only one of those. These are all cut. Those are all cut little pieces. Well, I don't want to get haphazard with it and make it look sloppy. But I think that's the only things with glitter or a sparkle. No, it isn't. I'm looking across my room. I just found some more. Be right back. I found on my silk flower hanger some more gold. Okay. All right. Look at all these. Gosh. I do like the whites though. Look at these. These are kind of dangly. But we don't want them to dangle. They won't stand up straight. So I don't think we can use that kind. Let's put that aside. Now I'm going to have glitter everywhere. There. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I can put clumps in. That would be better. All right, here we go. Say, I'll get rid of that white one. I don't have many of those. Pull that off. We can just go. Maybe. Is that too much? I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Should have thought of that sooner, but I don't know. It's just lacking something. We're going to put this flower. And we're about done. I can finish this. Take some nice stills. And then I have a Christmas in July collaboration with Claire's Crafty Corner. Thank you so much, Claire. It's very nice of you to do this for all of us. And I hope you like my project. I'll finish putting in the gold, take some pictures. And there she is. He is. What do you think? Resin and an old wreath. A little bird that was thrown in the garbage. And pieces of an old pine swag. That's it. Happy holidays in July. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Sending hugs.